All right, we are back.
Hey, Laz. Sorry about those technical difficulties.
No, no worries. All right, I'm sorry. So we left off account opening and we were going through the defaults and adding a contact if needed. And that was very standard questions that were asked at the time of account opening.
That's exactly right. So at the very end of the onboarding flow, when you sign up for a new account with Wizest, after we've asked you some preliminary questions about your investment profile, risk profile, typical questions that you encounter in any financial application, we want to take a chance to explain a little bit about some of the encryption and protections that we have in place for the next step of sign up, which is usually the information you have here, identity verification.
Let me see if we can share the screen. Okay, excellent. We can see it now.
Terrific. So here, the last parts of the sign up experience always make people a little bit nervous, which is totally understandable. You should be protective of your financial information. And I want you to know, Laz, that we do the very same thing here. So we have to collect this information, such as your social security number, whether or not you're a US citizen, marital status, date of birth, just to make sure that when you sign up for an account, that you are who you claim to be. So when you, Lazaro Gonzalez, enter this information here, and connect your banking information. It's no one trying to steal your identity or anything like that. Now, one of the things I want to mention here, Laz, is that this data is safe. And did you have a question there?
I was just going to ask about that, the safeguard of the data, because I know that providing identity information is somewhat sensitive to everyone, right? And I want you were going to get into that now, so thanks for.
Absolutely. So we take two major precautions here. The very first thing is that this data is never saved or cached anywhere. So this data is just used for the purposes of identity verification. You don't have to worry about your social security number or your date of birth even being saved on any server somewhere. Doesn't do that. So we simply don't save that information, and you can be sure that we don't do it. We're not just telling you. You can be sure we don't do it because from a regulatory standpoint, it would be very expensive for us as a company. And so it's just not in our best interest to have the liability of saving this sensitive financial information. So all we
So,
do is we just use it for identity verification, and then we walk away from it.
so are you saying that Wiseness does not store my social security or date of birth or anything like that? Are you just passing it through to the systems, I should say, that are verifying the information just like the regular banks and other trading platforms do?
That's exactly what we do. Just like any other fintech that you've used before, you've had to open these accounts and provide this information. Similarly, we don't cache or save it anywhere.
Okay, you're just passing it through to the other side and making sure that they are validating my information, in other words.
Correct.
Okay, good to
Moreover,
know.
that process where that data is moving from the application to those identity verification services, your data is encrypted all along the way.
Okay, so nobody can see it. So if I were to pass it through you, it's going to be encrypted, meaning that nobody can see those values itself. They're going to be able to see that, like, it's blocked, in other words, and we're just passing back
Correct.
those values.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
good
So
to
it's
know.
not cached, and when it is passed, it's encrypted, so no one has a chance to see it.
Good to know.
Let's enter some dummy values here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do have to ask about your marital status, not because why is this necessarily interested in it. It's just an important part of verifying your identity. Go ahead and enter random date of birth here. But again, these details are key. So while this is for the purposes of a demo and this webinar, we do suggest that you provide authentic identity details here. Otherwise, identity verification will fail because we want to truly make sure that our identity verification is doing its job and protecting you and other customers. The last part of signing up for the Wisest platform, of course, is that you will probably want to add funds to your account at some point. The easiest way we allow you to do that here is just by providing your rudimentary account information. And I'm sure you've done this before on a different investment platform or when you've signed up for a different product.
Mm-hmm.
And we just ask you for your routing number, account number, whose name is on the account, and whether or not you want to create an account nickname. Now, something that I know you want to touch on, Laz, is maybe some of our forthcoming features. And of course, like many other financial products, we've begun an integration to Plaid. So in the future, you'll have the opportunity to use the typical Plaid experience to walk through here and basically sign in to your banking provider, and all of this will be automatically populated.
When you say automatically populated, does that mean that I would log into my Chase or Bank of America account with my user ID and it'll pull in all this information without manual input?
That's exactly right. All you have to do is log in to your typical banking
Hmm.
app that you may have on your phone, or it'll potentially redirect you to an online portal where you log in. And just once you log in and authenticate, then all of this will be automatically collected and passed along. And all you need to do is create a little nickname for the account you just opened.
This way I can know the difference between the multiple accounts that I have linked for investing or withdrawing if I need to.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
In
interesting.
the meantime, we also allow you to sign up, though, using micro deposits, which is the way that most of these investment platforms were able to onboard people in the past. So micro deposits, they will appear in your account after you've entered your account information. They're usually two very small deposits, usually less than $1, maybe like 20 cents, 22 cents. And by adding them here, we're able to confirm again that that account does indeed belong to you. And this is the very last step in the onboarding flow.
I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to ask about that. So, what is the purpose of the micro deposit? I've seen it before multiple times. Is it for me to just confirm that I entered the right bank account information, or what is the real like? How does that work? The micro deposits.
The best way to think about micro deposits is it's just like when I send a pin to your phone. So anytime you've authenticated for Amazon or Facebook and they've sent you a 4-digit or a 6-digit code in your text messages, it's very similar when you're entering micro deposits. So basically, when we want to make sure that your phone does indeed belong to you, we send a code to your phone and then ask you to enter it. Similarly, when you add account information to your Wisest platform here, your Wisest account, we want to make sure that that bank account that you're using to fund your trades does indeed belong to you. And so the way we do that is micro deposits are almost like a 4 or 6-digit code. They're two small amounts that are just being sent
Interesting.
to your account to know that you can see it, that it is indeed your account. And by entering those amounts here, we can see that it truly belongs to you.
Interesting. So I should be able to see those two small amounts the same day, right? So if I were to do the micro deposits, I should see like 3 cents and 57 cents, for example, the same day. I just have to enter those amounts to validate that those are the same, that they match from what was sent to my account to what I see on my side to make sure that it's, like you said, my account and I entered the right information in there. Is that right?
That's mostly right, Laz. Yes.
Okay.
So many modern banks that have typical apps, Chase, Citi, you'll see micro deposits quickly in your account.
Yes.
However, if you have a legacy banking provider, maybe a smaller or more regional bank, sometimes those can take a little bit to populate in the app on your phone.
Okay. And that is that an absolute requirement to fund my account with Wizest?
It's not an absolute requirement to fund your account. Again, you can log on to the platform and you don't have to fund your account to get started. You can always have the chance to just open an account and then view different advisors on the platform, see if it's for you. Check out the news feed, the activity feed, the wisdom section. Check out some of our features and decide whether or not you really want to add funds before actually depositing funds to Wisest.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. So this will be just for me to select advisors and say replicate that portfolio, and then I will see the returns that they're getting at that point in my side, right?
Correct.
Okay. Interesting. So it sounds to me like the account opening process is the same as it would be with any other banking or trading app that we've used. It's not anything out of the ordinary, and I can be up and running in a day or two, assuming that all the information provided was accurate. Is that fair to say?
That's right. We would like to say it's probably the most conventional part of the platform, and that's by design. We want to make sure that it's an onboarding process that's not confusing, and asks you a lot of the same questions that you're accustomed to answering.
Interesting. So you walked us through the account opening process. You showed us what it's like to replicate a portfolio with a simple slider. You showed us the experts and how their portfolios are made up. Uh, any other exciting features or things that Wisest has on the roadmap that you want to talk about, Billy?
Sure, Laz. Well, I mean, the first step with Wisest was always to make a platform that allowed you to match with experts and replicate their portfolios on your behalf. Longer term, though, Something we've always been interested in doing in Wisest is try to make the investing experience more engaging and more fun. And so part of that plan has been to try and make the platform maybe analogous to playing a fantasy football, or having different contests, different ways to engage on the platform where you can compete on a leaderboard, and also have the chance to win additional rewards based on the performance of your team without encouraging risky investing, which is some of the downsides that we've seen some of our competitors
Okay.
engaging.
So you said like games and leaderboards and competitiveness. Is that something where we will be able to, based on the selection of advisors and how much we put in? Like if I were to put in $100 versus you put in $1,000, like what will be the competitiveness there? Like how will that work?
Absolutely. Well, we're certainly not going to penalize people for having different balances in their account. What we're going to be curious about doing is maybe something more like March Madness, where you get to pick your team and see who does the best that week.
Oh
And
wow,
in addition to having the gains from your own experts on the platform, we might reward you with something more.
very cool. Looking forward to seeing some of that roll out.
Yeah, me too. Busy building it over here. We're also rolling out different kinds of promo codes to make sure that you have the opportunity to explore different promotional ways to interact with the application.
Speaking of promo codes, I do want to take advantage and mention now that you said that and you walked us through it. We are offering a 30-day trial, right? So anyone that comes in does not have to pay for Wizest as part of our beta package, the 30-day trial, and then we're also offering it at a reduced price for 3 months after that. So it's 30 days free on the app. After that, it's $10 a month, and you can replicate as many portfolios as you want, and you can go ahead and give Wizest a full, give it a try and make sure that it's everything that you want, and then allow us to get the feedback from the users as well. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Billy?
Not at this time, Les. I mean, we're just excited to be taking the platform alive, and glad to have shared the core features as well as the simplicity of signing up. And happy to answer any other questions you might have.
So how does one get Wizest?
Wisest is available in the App Store and the Google Play Store.
So just go to my app store, type in Wizest, download the app, and walk through the account opening process that you shared with us.
It's that simple.
Sweet. Perfect. Well, I'm excited. Hopefully we get more people to join up and give us feedback on it. Anything else that we wanted to cover?
The last thing I'll mention is come and see us at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas at the beginning of the year here. We'll be presenting at CES 2023.
Excellent.
And of course, keep an eye out for us in the arena for the Cleveland Cavaliers, where we're a proud partner.
Excellent. Great point. I would actually say add to that is that we will, make sure to follow us on the social media Wizest apps. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, where we will have promo codes available, like you mentioned, for CES, for the Cavs. So if you were to enter any of those promo codes, we will be able to unlock any other features as well. So Billy, this was great, man. Thank you for walking us through the platform, explaining to us the account opening, the features, how it works. I think this is very informative, and it's something that people will be able to see and feel more confident in choosing Wizest.
Thank you, Laz. It's been a pleasure.
All
Happy
right,
holidays.
likewise. Thank you all. Bye.
Cheers.